Alan here. I wanted to do a little video review to go with the written review of this book. Warnings Unheeded, Twin Tragedies at Fairchild Air Force Base, which is over in Spokane, Washington. It's written by Andy Brown. Did an excellent job. I mean, there's something special about Andy Brown. He was the military police officer that stopped the active shooter that he writes about that happened in Fairchild in the early 90s. The book actually is two books in one. He tells the story very well researched. I mean, besides being there and being the person that stopped the active shooter, he was the first law enforcement to arrive on scene, and he put the shooter down. But besides that, he thoroughly researched the background of the shooter and everything that went on, and interviewed tons of people to make this an extremely detailed book. But it's, like I said, it's two books. He talks about all those details leading up to that shooting, and then also what happened after the shooting with people, including himself. Can you imagine, what it would be like to be the person there, stop the shooter, but then see the people killed? And so he talks about that. But he also writes about another tragedy that happened right after that shooting, and that was when a B-52 bomber went down. And I remember when that crashed. I don't remember the shooting, but I do remember when the bomber crashed. And my dad, being retired Air Force, I talked to him about it, and he was looking at the footage and saying, that's pilot error. And because my dad knew B-52s, he worked on them for over 22 years in the Air Force. And that was, what Andy researched too. It was pilot error. And he tells the whole story about the warnings that went up to both of these tragedies, being the warnings unheeded. If you want an extremely well-researched book on an active shooter event and an aircraft tragedy that both incidents took lives, this is a book to read. So well-researched, and he puts so much into it, especially his thoughts and what he went through after the shooting. Also did a follow-up on the lawsuits after the plane crash. Can't recommend this book high enough if that's the kind of thing that you enjoy reading or studying. Besides just enjoying the book, it's a resource, and there's stuff in this book that I used for my Survive a Shooting book. And so this was not just an enjoyable read to learn, but it was a business read to help me with my research. And Andy Brown did an excellent job with it.